Hello and welcome to episode 9 of our Grin campaign. In the last episode, we left the mountains and were able to actually take a large swath of land out here inside the desert, and we have found ourselves in a worse position than we were at the beginning of the war. To our east, we have the Raj, Bimlau, and Rajnahaga all in an alliance block that does not seem ready to break at any time. They do kind of want each other's provinces a bit, but not enough to make these alliances go bye-bye. And to the west, we have Kedarata and Irlium, who are allied together. So no matter which direction we decide to go in, there is an alliance block to stop us. Except for possibly, I suppose, north after we get through Jad's land. We could go into the Forbidden Plains, but there's not all that much value up here unless you go all the way to the Lake Fed. And I would rather focus my efforts on Hales and Bulwar. I'm not sure how we're going to break through these groups. We do not have the troops and manpower available for that. So what I'm trying to do is ally the command, but they do not know that I exist. So that kind of complicates things here on getting them onto my side to ally me. On the bright side, though, we were able to grab a colony here in Dwarves 45 when it was destroyed by natives from Grozumdir, who is a vassal of the Raj. This means that when our truce... Well, actually, we don't have a truce. That means that we could actually go take out Abdul Canzad now. We don't really have the monarch points to do that, though. But what I'm most afraid of is that if we don't go now, the Raj is going to subjugate him. In, 2-3 months, the truce is going to be up, and he's going to go... He has a subjugation CB on him because he borders the Empire, well, the Raj's Empire. So I really don't want to risk that. Actually, he might not have a CB on him. That doesn't mean that he necessarily... Specify the Raj cost its belly will cut down our overgrown subject down to size. Oof. That would be rough. That would be rough. But we do have to fight the Raj for everything inside the mountains and a lot of the stuff outside. So we're going to have to figure out a way to deal with that. I don't know how we're going to do it. I've got no clue. But we're going to have to figure it out because it's either we do or we die. There is no in-between on this one, I'm afraid. No in-between at all. And I think a good way to start that is building up some regimental camps. Start getting those going. Increase our force limit. We have to grow stronger. We do have some rebels that have now shown up on our capital. Let's go deal with them. And our expedition has returned. They bring back 392 ducats and 130 of each monarch point. I like that. Build 3 more troops. Get them ready for some more explorations. Get that cord up. And I think we take the tech here. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and we should save up. And we should embrace institution as well to make sure that tech's not too expensive. Okay, do we have any other expeditions? We... do not actually. We do not actually have any expeditions right now. Huh. Okay. Well, we'll have to go over to Miner's Pocket with our colonist after this one. Obviously, we want to colonize this hold first. But after that hold, then we will consider other things. Without a doubt. Go deal with those Jadari separatists. That'll be just fine. Who are dying, by the way, to Irlium. Jadari is very, very dead in this case. The question is, how much of their land are we going to be able to take compared to all their other neighbors? We have cut off Jadari from the Raj almost entirely. There is still this island here, but Damascus has declared a reconquest war, so hopefully they take their core back. And then I can declare for this. Has no neighboring province to claim on. That's true. I don't have any neighboring province to claim on. But I'm going to claim all that I can from Jan. Peaceful protest. Small tolerance increase of elves. Or I'm going to moderate tolerance decrease for the cost of 1 military point. What idea groups are we taking right now? Espionage? Just lose the Diplo power. And I don't really care about that Diplo tech. Go ahead and give me spy network construction plus 50%. And siege ability 10%. That sounds good. Good to me. All right, we can stop building a spy network on Jadari. That's not a big deal anymore. For some reason, we don't have anybody over here, so that sucks. So they're going to take a lot of damage. Let's go ahead and claim. We need to get rid of our embargo on you because it is no longer effective since you are not a valid rival. Irlium is currently our only rival, and we have an embargo on them already, so that's good. Yeah, our colony was damaged. Sad. Very sad. It was destroyed even. Oof. All right, well, let's just keep going here. I know that we do have our expedition, but I'd rather just keep going with this one. Just restart it. All right, we have some Seadan separatists. We have some Asgasurian separatists. Someone did point out that these are Seadan's cores, and that is true. We could stop coring these and give those over to Seadan. It'll make the annexation a little bit longer, but I don't think it's going to make that big of a deal. It'll also make them happy with me. We're going to go over that Merc maintenance and Merc manpower because I have a feeling we're going to need it. We're gonna have a need for it. He wants my land now, so the Raj could attack at any time. If only the command could see me, then we wouldn't have these problems. But unfortunately, he cannot, and so we will have said problems. All right, Muleni separatists are going to be up here. Let's send half of our troops to deal with them. Foreign investors in Askasur, absolutely. We have an election. I definitely don't want to re-elect this guy with increased building costs. I will gladly take spy network construction, though. That I will do, and we will choose Republican tradition because we're going to try and re-elect this guy. All right, let's get you moved up to get ready to fight Abdul Canzad. So we do want to make sure we've gotten that done. How far off of tech are we? Or not tech, institution. Need 1,300 crowns. If I sell titles, we could get there. What happens if I summon the diet? Can I get anything decent? Abdul Canzad is owned by me, and the artificers gain some loyalty, but it gives me a claim on Abdul Canzad. Or a claim on Induvi, which is owned by... Okay, that's the dumbest claim I've ever seen. Or there's Dames tier here, that's why. I was like, that is the dumbest claim. That's so far away. But the mages will ask you to find Dames tier, so... We're not going to do that. We're going to go for the claim on Abdul Canzad. That'll make this war a little bit cheaper for us. At the very least. All right. What tech are you? You're tech 13, so we definitely don't want to fight you without also being tech 13. Since cannons are your whole thing, we probably shouldn't have a weak army against you. We have these rebels, though, that we need to take care of first. But if we see the Raj, for some reason, declare war here, we go for it instantly. But they're probably more likely to declare war on us, as sad as that may sound. We are a good target for the Raj, since they still have the demonsterization on us. Demonsterization CB. Oh, what is it? The Monstrous Conquest? Well, I can't remember the name of it. Anti-Monstrous Conquest. There we go. I got there in the end. Lose 5 prestige. Monstrous Diplomacy sounds fine. Still waiting here. And spark drive locomotives. Okay. The tried and true pack animal has served us well since time immemorial. Until just recently, it seemed to be the perfection of its concept. Train an animal to carry heavy loads and carry them quickly. Breed it until it can do that better than any individual ever could. As it turns out, doing the same thing but with metal and magic can create even better results. The mechanists have devised a cart that requires no specially bred animal to pilot it, requiring only Dame steer to fuel. It functions very similarly to the spark drive rifle, using the Dame steer and elemental energy present as a source of power to move the cart. This creates a device that, even under extreme load, can transport goods and people from one place to another blindingly quickly. In some cases, being able to make a trip over 5 times the time it would take a traditional animal-drawn cart to make it once. It can only be used on specialized platforms due to this extreme speed, else it would catapult itself into terrain and be destroyed. While still in its early stages, it should be no surprise that this device will revolutionize transportation as we know it, perhaps in 1836. That is a good little reference there to the Vic 3 starting date, as we have discovered trains in 1556, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Spark drive locomotives give you 10% movement speed and +1 free policies. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. There we go. There's the separatists. Let's go deal with the dwarves. find our way into this area somehow, some way. I don't know how we're going to pull it off, but we're going to have to. Command, you really should discover me, and we should work together. I know you're Tech 10, but we should still work together. At the very least, I can use you as a distraction. Goblin refugees, they're fine. You are outside, aren't you? You sure are. Let's bring you inside so you can actually be effective. We're still a couple... We're like only halfway to taking the tech. Or the institution, sorry. Institution. I mean... Selling titles gets us part of the way there to 370. I take out a loan or two and it would get me there. Do I really care? No, I don't. I don't. I would rather just wait till I have the money. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Rather just wait till we have the money to embrace it for the other ones. Alright, deification of our last ruler has happened. Republican tradition. Love it. Now we're up to 90. Administrative problems, okay. And let's get a claim on Abdul Canzad and declare this war for Abdul Canzad itself. There we go. Need a diplomat. Pull you back. I don't really want to give the mages money, so we're gonna let them suffer. Not my problem, sorry. Got other issues. Many, many, many other issues. Alright, we're gonna hold off on that admin tech. There's no reason to rush into it. No reason at all. Okay, fight those 13,000 dwarves. Where are you going? You realize there's nothing in that direction, right? Are you really walking back to Gore Ozenbrug? That's the only place you could be going here. Yeah, that's sad for you, isn't it? The command is now equal amongst men. Okay. So they're no longer monstrous. They still don't know who I am, though. So it really doesn't help me. Alright, let's get all this occupied just real quick. Real quick. See what we've got going on here. Ooh, that's less than stellar. Luckily we can reinforce. He's going back to Gore Ozenbrug again. Yeah, falling back. And there's Seadin, annexed. Good, so now we don't have to worry about the Harpies being all rebellious and such. I'm going to state that up. Yep, going to court. Oh, minority dwindles, okay. What's my land force limit at now? 55. We're at 71 out of 55. That's costing us a heck of a lot of money. Go ahead and delete those 3 troops. And I don't know how we're so far over. Vassals must have really given us some force limit there. Okay, I don't... Here's the thing. I don't really want to delete troops. I know we're over our force limit, and it's very expensive. But, like, at the same time, if I delete my stuff, I could run into even, like, larger problems. You know? Like, if I get declared on, well, that's worse than just spending money on having extra troops. Way worse. Way worse. There we go. 1 stab and cheaper mill tech cost. Yeah, I'll take that. Thank you. And I will finish quantity ideas, which does increase our land force limit, so we're actually exactly at it. Well, that's convenient. All right, Abdul Canzad. I would like you, at the very least, to be full annexed. Thank you. That works. That works for me. Core it all up. So we're going to need to build a fort in Abdel or Gore Ozenbrug at some point. We're going to need one in Mitt. We're going to need one in Dwarbrod 42, in Abdul Canzad itself, and probably one in Enda's Quarry. Though technically, if the fort in Mitt holds out, then we shouldn't need one here because they have to walk through Mitt to get there. It is unfortunate that we couldn't grab Ambermine. It's a very good spot for a fort, but that's okay. All right, well, that's all the expansion we can do, other than Jadari, that does not involve fighting someone large and scary. So, ooh, Rashahanga will not join, though. Oh, because they're dying to the command. Whoa. Attack against the command and the Rashtrahagi anti-monstrous conquest of the command. Well, that didn't go well. In fact, I would go as far as to say that went poorly for you. Yeah, that did not work. That did not work. I couldn't force peace, but I don't really want to. I want the command to take him out and do a lot of damage. That sounds good. Bim Lao is fighting people in the south, but that's not going to cause any major issues. It's not going to cause them to abandon their ally. Well, I don't know. They're closer to abandoning their ally than I thought they would be. Unfortunately, we don't have any good fort spots out here. We'll need one there eventually, but not right now. Like, Salimahil is really good because it can block off anyone coming in from Rahen and anyone coming up from the southern deserts. Davharal is a decent fort just because it is blocking this choke point between Rahen and Bulwar. And then here in Dirt Hole Rock itself, or even in Endin, you can get a good fort in caves or mountains. So we don't have any of those. So that's not very helpful. I'm going to rival Jadari, and I'm going to rival the Raj, because I can try and keep them happy as long as I want. It's not going to work. It is simply not going to work. All right, colonial expansion is good. We get +1 diplomats and minus 15% advisor cost, which is pretty sweet. Go ahead and send our colonist here. Start getting Gore Ozenbrug. Though I think this is empty. There's 1,000, okay. We also need to develop our capital up to 60. We should be able to deepen the capital. It will cost a lot of money. Go and expand administration there. But we did finish another national idea, which is cutting corners. For a goblin of the clan Greedy Grin, there is nothing worse than spending money where it is not needed. Seeing coins carried from the vault that they know is not necessary to spend is a tough moment. To that end, the average business goblin has perfected 1,000,001 different ways to save money and keep extravagant expenses to a minimum. Minus 10% construction cost. How influential are mages? Okay, they are not significant at this point in time. This is going to slow us down from embracing institution, but I think it is well worth it to do. All right, we're going to have some Abdul Canzad rebels, and we are in position to deal with those. Send these troops back so they're ready to go to any other rebels that decide that they want to say hello. And I think we start building a spy network on you. I think that's the goal. Guck the Relentless. You're the inflation 0.1 reduction and +1 stability. Yes, please. Love to go up to 2 stab. 2 stab sounds great. Thank you very much. Dwarves flee. We need money. We could take this prestige, but we're going to take the money. Deification of our last ruler. Wait, isn't that the same ruler? No, it's the last one. Karg the Bold. Thank you. 3 Republican tradition, 5 prestige. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Monstrous diplomacy. We are getting close to demonsterizing, aren't we? Yeah, we're 33. Catarata announces this as a rival. This is not good. This is bad. This is what I would say is very bad. New settlement. Unite the colonies. Get it done faster. Proclamation of Telgir, so the Cornite and Adinic leagues are going to be happening. Chaingrasper wants a support of independence. That is an interesting option. The only problem is you don't have a single troop. Not one. And you want me to show up and defend you. So it's still a 1v1, but I have to have you lead the war, which just sounds like a waste of time for me. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. It just sounds like a bad idea for me in every way. Literally every way. Not that I don't want you to be free. Don't get me wrong. I do. I want you and Grossendeer to be free. But I'd rather just take your land from the Raj themselves. Beautiful hold. 3 stab. Amazing. That is fantastic. Cave of the Deep Ones has risen up. All right. Command, any chance that you can see me anytime soon? You're so very close. You. Hello. Scornful insult. You're at -3. I already have a Diplo rep. That's very sad. Can I get any more Diplo rep? They both want me to own Indubi. Well, neither of those things is going to happen, but you can sure think that it will. You can sure think that it will. Centaurs declare war on Jad. We're not ready to get rid of expansion just yet. We're getting there, though. We are getting very close to no more expansion time. And then we can switch into something different. Too few seats in the parliament. They will be assigned automatically. I would like to get rid of our annexation like we did this time. I don't know if we're allowed to do that, though. Start converting. Actually, I guess there's no point in converting. It'll get converted one way or another. 125 to core that up. All right, fair enough. Gore Ozenbrog becomes gems. Not bad. Not bad at all. No debate in Parliament. Missionary strength, land maintenance, culture conversion cost, tolerance of heretics and heathens. I kind of like the idea of that culture conversion cost. And then switching this over to Gobbo. It's very expensive. When does this leader rule until? 64. I think it's promote culture that the Sun cult gives you, not culture change. You know what? Let's do it. Let's go for culture conversion. Diplo. Don't really want to bribe the MP. It's worth the populace. Diplo. It's great. All right, and now get rid of this edict. And the other edicts I have lying around. Defensive ones, maybe. Development. Yeah, development there. All right, let's get this converted. Made it a little bit cheaper. I wouldn't say much cheaper, but a little bit cheaper. It's so long, though. It's so long for that to get done. Build a regimental camp first, then we'll do it. Then we'll do it. There we go. Abdul Canzad fully cored up. That's nice. State that. Too few seats in Parliament. It will be added in. Do not worry. I got Reconquest on Blade Breaker, which I suppose is cool. Not that I'll ever probably use that core, but is nice. All right, state that. Take the next espionage idea and start making claims on borders with a bunch of different people. Okay, you are at war with the command. Is now the time? Because the command's about to die. The command will lose this war. It's a trade war against their vassal? Bro, why? What good does that do you? Really? A trade war against Thunderfist? And he's called in Bim Lao. Oh, it's such a difficult thing because we've got to break into it. And if we just wait for him to attack us, he's going to call in his allies. There's no way he doesn't. There's no reason that the Raj would not also call in Bim Lao to this war. But I don't know if we can reasonably beat the Raj or not. We may just have to build up more. Unless I can, like, rush Grozamdir. But even if I rush Grozamdir, right? Like, then he can just walk through here. You know, walk up to my capital or walk back through Dirt Hole Rock and hit me from behind. There's so many different paths that he can take, and he has so many troops. He doesn't have a lot of manpower, though. Let's check army quality of our rivals. So we have more morale than he does. We have equal discipline. This is with the morale of armies guy, by the way. We have way more siege ability, some more defensiveness. He has no professionalism. How many mercs is he running right now? He is running no mercs, so he could still merc up, and he has 152,000 troops. What are the odds? What are the odds that I can pull a war like that off? In my current state, I think it's 0. With 3 forts, I still think it's really low, but a little bit more possible. So I think what we do is we sell titles here, except we're not getting a lot of extra reform progress and stuff, which sucks. We build a bunch of forts here on our borders. Okay, that one's not like super mega important. It's just like kind of important. All right, we drill our troops. We get ready to go. This one is done, so we have an available colonist. We're actually going to come back and drill these troops, though. I think it's more important that they are ready to rock and roll. Build me a bunch more artificer units. Deification. Nice, more Republican tradition. Kedarada declared war on Jadari. Our truce with Jadari is up in about 3 years as well. So we could also jump on them while they are weakified. Okay, they've done their trade war. Foreign missionaries? No. Well, fine. Fine. Only because it's very good to do. All right, economical matters. Obviously, we go for the yearly inflation reduction here. There is no other choice for us who has lots of inflation. There's just not. Productive efficiency and inflation. Sounds good. Sounds good. We're about to see some rebels. We're at Jadarian. Huh. Okay. Well, let's walk down and greet them. Grand Mayor's reputation is tarnished. We can lose a stab. We're at 3. It's all right. Ooh, all power costs. Only costs 0.2. Yes, please. Level 5 advisor, by the way. Level 5 advisor, by the way. We could take Miltech early, which would give us access to level 4 forts even. Which would be pretty good. I will not lie. It'd be pretty nice. Let's go for institution spread in True Faith provinces. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I'm at a loss of what we're supposed to do. I think continuing to expand into Jad is the easiest and probably smartest play. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's the correct play, but I should take some stuff before Kedarada does, right? Like, the more of the Golden Highway trade node that I can get my hands on, the better. But striking down the Raj is also just as important. Bimlau, Thirubnirian, War of Honor. Yeah, see, they're fighting small guys. Daigung is pretty large. Yeah, Daigung, do you want to be an ally? No, you're too far away. Command is not interested. Nobody wants to be friends with the gobbos for whatever reason. Even though we're a great power, like, we're not weak. We can field a lot of troops. Field a lot of troops. Let's go ahead and try to make some more claims on these guys. And I don't really care about these last espionage ideas, but the policy is nice, I think. Merc maintenance and mercenary manpower. Okay, so we're going to want to merc up in these wars a lot then. I'd rather save it for tech and not have unbalanced research. So we'll do that. As for you, I can build more troops. We already have 10,000 cannons, right? Yep, let's get another 10,000. Build a couple more units. And we got to get ready for the big plays. It might be that we need to get a Tech 16 advantage and then go to war with the Raj when they're still Tech 15. So we can use our Goblin cannons to our advantage. We do have a 2-tech lead on the Raj right now, so we could use that. And that could be our in into Bulwar. I'm not sure if that will work, but it does seem like a better plan than just randomly declaring. If I can get a moment where Bim Lao does not want to join, that could also help. Let's start improving relations. Maybe we can use a little bit of diplomacy here to convince Bim Lao to not join in the foolish trivialities of war. Okay, this needs to still get converted over to our culture and religion. Autonomy is down. We need to upgrade our forts. Obviously, capital fort. Oh, cannot get upgraded first. Right. Capital fort cannot get upgraded first. Okay, well, get these ones then. Ones outside the mountains are a little bit, or on the outside of the mountains are a little bit more important. So like Segdir needs to be updated. I would love to get Verkugalan updated, but that's just not an option at the moment. All right, I do need to probably spend some money on getting the Serpent Bloom provinces a little bit more profitable, getting them the buildings that they need and the development that they need as well. Military expenses. I'm definitely not losing morale of armies and discipline for 2 years. Well, it's 2 years. No, don't do it. Don't do it. If I do that, that's just asking to get declared upon. T-wave transceivers. Communication and coordination over long distances has been a long struggle for a military campaign on even a relatively modest scale. Coordination between generals, commanders, and all those required to keep the campaigns running smoothly relied on horses, and in cross-continental campaigns, ships, and thus communication has been painfully slow until now. Through the use of telepathic waves, the marvelous combination of clockwork and divination known as the T-wave transceiver has been born. This innovative system allows from one transmitter to broadcast telepathic messages to several receivers anywhere in the world nearly instantaneously. With this new device, campaigns can now be coordinated to near perfect accuracy, and the troubles of outdated orders are now far behind us. Eureka. And we'll start another Artificer research for the Brilliant Inventions, and that is where we will call it for today. I'm going to figure out what we need to do here, because we are kind of at a loss, as I've said. Jadar needs to die. The Raj needs to die. Katarada doesn't have to die, but they do, because they're going to be a strong nation on our border when they're Great Conqueror. So they've got to die. Oh my god. Strict, powerful mage elf. This is going to get harder before it gets easier. But such is the goblin lifestyle, I suppose. But that is going to do it for today. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.